Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder hosting LeBron James and the Lakers. Anthony Davis called this a must-win game for the Lakers early in the season. Let's see how they will respond. I can tell you this, LeBron was really good. He throws down the emphatic dunk. Other end we go. It's SGA for show. And ones and mid-range jump shots got this game tied up at 31. Second quarter, LeBron gets rejected by Chat, the rookie, with the reject on the legend. And then Holmgren on the other end, letting you know that he's more than just a defensive specialist. 17, 10, and 3 blocks for Holmgren. LeBron did better than that. He nails the 3. More on LeBron shooting in a second. But first, let's show some love to some other Lakers. Riachi Moore had 16 points in the first half. Anthony Davis, nice seal. The somehow, some way for his team, he made a play. AD had 26 and 11. Lakers led it at the half by 12. Third quarter, it was LeBron's quarter. More threes. And then the King on a do-it-himself mission. You ain't gonna pick me up. You know, I've been doing this for a little minute. I'm really good at it too. It's LeBron taking over this basketball game in Oklahoma. The dime to Davis. The Lakers are up 20. Would they hang on though as AD nails the 3? It's a 26-point game. Then LeBron showing you that the grind is inside as well as outside. But it's the NBA. Everybody makes a run, especially when you got a dynamic duo like Holmgren and SGA. The Thunder cut their deficit down to single digits and counting. Lou Dort trying to get an easy deuce. LeBron makes it harder. How about the chase down block with the left hand? And then LeBron nailing the 3 with the right hand. LeBron didn't miss a 3 in this one. He goes 5 of 5 from behind the line. He goes for 40 points. His 75th 40-point game of his career. Had the audacity to chip in 7 rebounds, 7 assists, and it's the Lakers getting a road win over the Thunder by 9. If you are like me and love flexing your NBA knowledge, you should head over to the best place to play fantasy sports. That's Underdog Fantasy. For me, I love the pick'em game. It's super simple to play too. All you got to do is go to the Underdog Fantasy website or app, pick whether a player will have a higher or lower stat line for that game, get all your picks right, and you can win up to 20 times your money. And when you sign up, if you use my code Pharaoh, your deposit will get doubled. You can't beat that. Again, head over to today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy's website or app, use my code Pharaoh, and your first deposit will get doubled. Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans got battle against the Houston Rockets. We in Louisiana with it. Zion was out to dinner. The Rockets was his food. The big fella nails the 3, and he had more where that came from. But let's show some respect to Alperen Sengun, looking like Jokic stepping back on that jump shot. And then Jabari Smith Jr. on the same type of time. He probably put in like the same type of grind. Other end we go, it's Mr. Williamson inside. Zion going back to the rim. If y'all gonna give me that, I'll just take it. Williamson had 28 points. We're tied at 42. It's Alperen Sengun falling to the ground, but he gets it to Van Fleet, and Fred nails the 3. Rockets take the lead. Look at the defense from Sengun, but Jonas Valanciunas gets the hook shot to go over Sengun. Third quarter, a nasty double crossover from Brandon Ingram leads to a flush on the head top of Jabari Smith Jr. As you see, a little And then Ingram shares the wealth. He finds C.J. McCollum for 3. And then back to the B.I. show. This all a part of a 14-point third quarter. He gives the Pelicans the lead. We take it to the 4th. Well, Sengun was really the storyline. He sets the screen. Van Vliet nails the deuce. Other end, Zion finding Trey Murphy. One of the beautiful strokes you'll see in this league. He nails the 3. But back to the Şengün show. Dylan Brooks finds the big fella. Şengün had 37 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Look at him work. This juice gives the Rockets a 3-point lead. 12 seconds to go. Houston's up a deuce. Got to inbound the basketball. Şengün with the heads-up play. He leaks out. No Pelican is there to foul him. The big fella gets the throw-down jam to cap off his big night. And it's the Houston Rockets getting the 2-point win over the New Orleans Pelicans. Jason Tatum's a go. Kawhi Leonard's a no. Boston Celtics in LA take on the Clippers. The bearded one has got to find a new favorite teammate with no Kawhi. He finds PG-13 for the deuce inside. But to be honest with you, this night was controlled by the team in white and green. Jason Tatum coming back from an ankle injury, and I'm not a doctor, but that ankle looks just fine as he goes baseline. Beautiful off the pivot spin from one of the game's great scores, and he had some help. Drew Holiday nails the three. And then back to the Tatum show. A nasty 4-point play. So a very troubling sight if you're a Celtics fan, as Tatum once again favoring that ankle. He would stay in the game, as you see. A closeout on the shooter, a little too close for Celtic fans liking. Tatum staying in the game and finding his right-hand man who nails the three. It's Jaylen Brown, not once. We go to the second half. Game so twice, you probably should do it twice. It's JB for 3. The Celtics are up 20 off the inbound. They got a new toy. His name is Drew Holiday. Inbound steal like he's playing NBA 2K on Ivica Zubac. Gotcha. Holiday nails the 3. The Celtics are shining bright in LA. Holiday with the left. He had 20. Brown probably gets away with a jump ball, beats the shot clock with this fadeaway. I think Brody's got a strong case. Russ with the block. Brown gathers and fades. Jaylen had 24 points and 6 rebounds and appears to have had a helping hand in getting a smirk out of Tatum. Celtics roll past the Clippers 145-108. Another night in the NBA, another Knicks-Bucks matchup. It feels like these two teams play each other every other day. Jalen Brunson in New York trying to get some get back on Giannis and the Bucks. Brunson on his grind in the first with the mid-range jump shot. And then Dame finds Malik Beasley. And then Giannis finds Malik Beasley. And now the Bucks find themselves up by 10. We're still in the first. Giannis is spinning, winning, and dealing. Second quarter, Randall on the same type of grind. I'm going to assume he probably put in the same type of time, letting him know it's little boy day tomorrow. Bobby Portis ain't like that. He got some get back by nailing a 3 of his own. But what about the time and ground? I put in the gym. Speaking of threes, this dude's one of the greatest ever at making them. Damian Lillard nails that 3. And then Brunson like, okay, I can do mid-range and nail 3s like you, Dame. Anything you can do, I can do better. Brunson beats the first half buzzer with a huge three to give some much-needed momentum to the Knicks. Third quarter, Giannis said, get out my way. I don't care about your momentum. The Greek Freak coming down the lane in transition. And then there's Brunson. One more again. Another three-pointer. He led everybody in scoring with 36. But it wouldn't be enough because the Knicks get a very sound team attack. Bobby Portis had 23 points. Dame Dollar had 19. And then remember me, it's Chris Middleton with a beautiful move, 24 Middleton. And then you can't forget about that man. It's Giannis. Once again, get out of his way. You're not going to stop it. All you can do is foul. Greek Freak had 28 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists to lead his Bucks squad to a 130-111 win over the Knicks. Nobody wants to see this. Victor Wembanyama warming up for his matchup against the Dallas Mavericks, and he steps on a Mavs staff member, tries to consult with Greg Popovich, Spurs head coach, about playing. You already know Pop looking for a reason not to play Wemby, so he's a no-go, which means the Spurs are pretty much a no-go. Luka was a go. He finds Derrick Jones with a sweep pass for 3. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. on the same type of grind. He probably put in the same type of time as Derrick Jones Jr. He nails a three. Jeremy Sohan was a top dog in this one for San Antonio with no Wemby. He had 23 points. And then Malcolm Brandon nails a corner three. But it was nowhere near enough to stop the onslaught that was Dallas. A.J. Lawson with the throwdown. And then Luka off his pivot. 2 plus the foul. The done wasn't done just yet either. Third quarter, it's more Luka stepping back for that patented three-pointer. The Mavs are now up by 18, and Luka is adding to that total. Doncic had his 36th career 30-point triple-double. He's already fourth on that list all time, and he's only one behind LeBron James for third. A.J. Lawson's trying to have half the career of Luka on a two-way contract, only needed one hand on that putback jam behind Luka's 39-point, 12-rebound, 10-assist effort. Didn't play in the fourth quarter. He leads the Mavs to a 25-point win over the Wemby-less Spurs. De'Aaron Fox and the Sacramento Kings got a little bit of a break against the Minnesota Timberwolves. His Kentucky alum, Karl-Anthony Towns, was a last-minute no-go. But AE and Rudy G say, who cares? They both get buckets early to help the T-Wolves take an 11-point lead. And then here is Edwards going glass just like that. Kings not just going to bow down, though. De'Aaron Fox nails the three. And then Fox one more again for three. But the Kings only made 8 3-pointers in this basketball game. That's not good in today's NBA. Fox tried to do his best. He finished with 27 points, ties the game up at 30. We're in the second, more AE and Rudy G action. Nobody gets hit in the face more than Gobert does. Gobert's okay. AE's more than okay. He's really great. He nails the three. And at some point in this game, Edwards just realized, I'm quicker than Sacramento, so he starts to leak out and make plays in transition. He nails a three. Gobert with the nice block. Once again, Edwards is out, and once again, Edwards is scoring. Look at AE calmly get up and throw it down with some passion and emotion. Now, when you're as good as Edwards, you command double teams and a lot of attention. He finds McDaniels for three. Sacramento, though, is going to make a run behind Domantas Sabonis, throwing it down all in Gobert's grill. Nobody gets dunked on more than Gobert, by the way. Rudy G has a lot of traits to himself. Sabonis had 17, 10, and 10. Rudy G tried to get a little bit of get back. The only problem is Sabonis wasn't in the game. He did throw it down. And then Harrison Barnes joins the fun with a deuce of his own. So Sacramento's hanging around, and then at some point Edwards just says, all right, enough is enough. I'm tired of these Rudy G and Sabonis games. I'm leaking out. Edwards goes for 34 points. Also dimed up 10 helpers as the T-Wolves get the shorthanded win on the road by 12. A couple of dynamic backcourts getting it on in the ATL. It's Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and the Hawks dealing with the Memphis Grizzlies led by Ja Morant and Desmond Bane the best way they could. First quarter, it's Ja with the dime to Saudi Adama. And then Morant realizes, like, I'm really good scoring myself, so I don't need to pass no more. Morant ties this game up at 41 midway through the second. Young, like, my guy can cock that thing too. He finds DeJounte, who nails the three. The Hawks take the 9-point lead. But here comes Memphis in the third. That dynamic backcourt putting on the show. First things first, it's Bane with the nasty step, then stuttered and step. I feel like he just did a classic family reunion song, crossing up the ATL, and then Ja's gonna miss, but not for long. Morant ends up with the rock, and off of one, ladies and gentlemen, this is your point guard throwing it down, the standing dunk from Ja. And then Bane's like, but hold on, Ja, this was my quarter. DB pulling up and nailing the deuce. He had 18 points in the third, but this dude, Ja, just won't let him have the quarter to himself. How about Morant with the screen? Your point guard, ladies and gentlemen, with the leak out to the rim and the huge alley jam. We go to the fourth quarter. Young's like, I ain't gonna do stuff like that, but I can get it to my man and he can dunk it down. How about Trey finding a Yeka Kongu for a throwdown of his own? Ice Trey had 13 assists. Ja trying to get him another highlight. A Kongu says no. On the other end, it's a yes for Young. Trey also had 30 points. Memphis, though, stepping. They up 7. And Ja makes it 9, says, Trey, you too little. But Young says, okay, I can't guard you, but I can do this better than you. It's Young nailing the 3. We got a 4-point game. When it's winning time, Jaren Jackson's going to clean up the mess, just beating the shot clock buzzer. And it's the Grizzlies walking into the Hawks building and coming away with the 6-point dub. Thank you so much for tapping in and enjoying some of your boys' voiceover on highlights from the past week in the NBA. If you have not done so, please make sure you tap in with today's sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. Use the promo code Pharaoh. Check out some of my picks on your screen right now. Hopefully, I can help you. You help me, and we both win big. Again, the promo code is Pharaoh. These are some of my picks. Come on now. Y'all know your boy don't play no games. Thank y'all so much for tapping in. It's the time, love, and support that I will never take for granted. Salute. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing.
Why build theirs when I believe I can build my own?
You've already done it, or I wouldn't be here.
I'm already the only elite sports and music journalist in the game today. My goal is simple, to be the best there's ever been. So, please don't go. Make sure you subscribe and follow the journey. It truly means everything to me. I tell stories. I talk music. I cover sports. I am culture. I am Pharaoh.